Good morning, good evening, good welcome, and all that good stuff. How's everybody doing today?
Yes, good evening, good
Good everything.
afternoon, good morning.
Yeah,
Go ahead, you start.
so we got a simple question for you. What would you do if you had an extra 10 hours every single day? Or every single week, should I say?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Emily. I'm originally from the Philippines. I'm a happy wife. I'm a proud mom of one, a special ed teacher by profession, and work 7 days a week.
That's right. Yeah, and I'm Mike, originally from Manchester, England, and we now both reside here in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. And we're traditional business owners, but extremely proud online business owners. So back to the question, what would you do if you had an extra 10 hours every single week? Not an extra $10,000.
I wish.
Yeah, not a new car, not a free vacation, just 10 hours every week. Would you spend more time with your family, traveling, exercising? I don't know about the exercising, but yeah. So what would you do with it? Would you sit down and enjoy yourself, with a cup of coffee while it's still hot, or maybe would you simply rest without feeling guilty? So we spend so much time talking about making more money. But then sometimes we forget about something even more valuable, time. You can't get time back, can you?
So where does our time go? Think about a normal week. What is normal week? I said, by the way, work 7 days a week, but really it's 5 days a week. You wake up, get ready, go to work, come home, cook, clean, take care of your family, answer messages, prepare for tomorrow, and suddenly the day is over.
Yeah, then you wake up and do it all again the next day. And then before you know it, Monday becomes Friday. 1 week, boom, gone. Becomes another month. 1 month becomes another year. And then you realize we can make more money, but you can't make more time, more yesterdays.
Yeah, I used to work
100 hours a week.
maybe because I work 2 to 3 jobs. Who else can relate to that? That you work so many hours and you provide for your family 10 hours a week, 10 hours a week. Yeah, about what would you do with extra 10 hours a week? Yeah, it may not sound like much, but 10 hours times 52 weeks is 520 hours a year. So think about that. That's more than 21 full days of your life. So imagine getting 21 days back every year. What would you do with them?
Yeah, that's a long time. That's just 10 hours a week. So our own experience, I know we're being busy. Being busy feels. What does it feel? I forgot what I was going to say. That was yeah. So being busy feels like we know what being busy feels like.
Mm-hmm.
We had the coffee shop. We were super busy earlier in the morning, and you being a teacher. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say about the coffee shop owner?
Yeah, we know early morning hours, late nights, all the baking you were doing, and then you being a teacher.
Yeah, me being a teacher, of course I wake up so early in the morning to prepare to go to work. I have 45 minutes driving to go to work. I do lesson plans. I prepare all the lessons and all the materials, and so many things. And there's nothing wrong with the hard work. I remember I've been working so many hours since birth, I believe, because I've been
She
working.
started work when she was 1. Never stopped
uh,
since.
been working, yes, all the time and up to this moment. And at some point, we started asking ourselves, how long do we want to keep living like this at this pace? You know, when you own a traditional business, people see the customers, the pictures, and the business itself. What they don't always see are the early mornings, the staffing, the inventory, the bills, the problems, responsibilities, the payroll, everything behind the scenes. People always say that, oh, that's really good. You have a business or traditional or a coffee shop or whatever traditional business you have, but people don't realize what comes having a traditional business. Sometimes you leave the business physically, but mentally you're still working. So our questions started changing. Instead of only asking how can we make more money, we started asking how can we create more choices with our time. That changed the perspective.
That's for sure. Yeah. So, did we want? What more money? Well, of course we did. Yeah, money matters. Everybody's got to have money. You know, we have
Mhm.
bills, mortgages, groceries, family responsibilities, retirement. But think about it. Why you want more money? Maybe you want to retire early, or maybe because you want more time back. Maybe you want to travel because you want the time and the freedom and to experience the world.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you want to pay off your mortgage because you want more choices. But what so many people say is they want financial freedom, and what they're really saying is that they want more control over their life.
Yes. Like I said, more and more people are starting their online business because an online business like this, you don't really have to be there physically. You can take or bring your business wherever you go when you travel. I don't know, wherever you travel, as long as you have an internet connection, you're able to run your business.
Yeah, maybe if you're in a state where they've got public transportation, maybe you get on the train or the tube or whatever it is. You can be sat there and you can be doing your business instead of just scrolling through Facebook. That's how great this thing is. So what would your 10 hours look like?
Yes, imagine someone gave you 10 extra hours starting this week. Maybe you'll have dinner with your family without rushing. Maybe you take your kids or grandkids somewhere. Or maybe you'd have a date with your spouse. Or maybe you'd visit local coffee shop on Saturday morning and actually enjoy without worrying about what you need to do next.
Yeah, maybe you've started in your idea what we've been talking about for years. And sometimes freedom is really that simple. Freedom doesn't have to mean a mansion or a yacht. Not by any means. It might help, but sometimes freedom means I don't have to rush today. To the working immigrant, especially who we want to speak to, the hardworking immigrants. Many of us came here to another country wanting a better future. We were willing to work for it on one job, two jobs, sometimes three jobs, like what Emily was doing. And we tell ourselves, I'm going to do this for my family. And we are, but sometimes while we're working so hard to create that better life for our families, we don't have enough time to actually enjoy the life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just like me, I never really had time to enjoy my life. Just like some of my coworkers, they used to ask me, "Do I still have a life?" Why did they ask that? And I did not really understand what they meant when they say, do you still have a life?" Because like on a Friday night, when I used to go to a second job, they would ask me, "What are you gonna do?" Because it's Friday night, and I would be like, "I'm working." And then that's when they asked me, do you still have a life? And really, I did not really understand what that means. So because them, Friday night they will go partying, they will go to the club, or they will go dancing or whatever, hang out with their friends, hang out with their family, have movie night. I never really had that. I never really experienced my life because, or experienced those things, because I had to work. I had to provide for my family. And uh, I'm grateful about what I did before, even but I did not have an understanding. I thought I just have to work and work and work, and then save money, maybe buy some properties, and eventually, when you are the age of 60 or 65, now the retirement 67, I will have a great life. But nowadays, it's so much different. You don't have to wait until you are 60. You don't have to wait until you're 67 in order to retire, because there's so many options there. Um, you don't have to choose between providing for yourself or your family and have better options, or have options. You don't really have to retire, wait for your retirement age, because there's so many in this online community who quit their job at the age of, some of them are even 20s. Can you believe that? 20s or 30s or even 40s. They quit their job because the money that they are making in this online business already exceeded the amount of money that they are making in this online business. And I'm not saying that this is true to everyone. It's not, because um, you still have to put your time, your effort, and of course, you're building a legitimate business, just like the traditional business. You're doing all that things, but there are some people, and quite a few of them, who um, who quit their job, their full-time job. Let's say nurses and doctors and all that. They imagine that the nurses, they are making really good money in a year, but they are exhausted, they are overwhelmed. So when they started this online business, some of the people that I know, they already quit their job after doing 6 months of this online business.
Yeah, they'll just, instead of like picking up that extra shift, maybe they put that time into working for something for themselves, by building their own business online like this. And then they can't start seeing the results, and then they start putting more and more time into it. And before you know it, they're making some great income. It all starts off just as a choice, as a second line of income, if you want to say, or a second stream of income.
Yeah, and some of them actually, like, they are making six figures a year as a nurse, but then when they do this business and really put time and effort um, in this online business, so the 1 year salary that they are making, they are able to make it in a month. How cool is that? So but then, like I said, it's not true to everybody. We are not where I want to be in this online business. I'm still growing, I'm still learning, but I know that if I stay consistent, if I stay on track, then I believe that I'm going to be where I want to be in the future in this online business. And success shouldn't only be measured by how much work we can handle. It should also be measured by how much of our life we actually get to enjoy. And of course, retirement is so close to me. I'm already 55 years old. When you're younger, it's easy to say, someday I'll travel, someday I'll slow down, someday I'll have more time. But as we get older, something changes. We realize how quickly time passes. and we start asking, do I really want to wait until retirement to start enjoying my life? The answer to that question for me is absolutely not.
Yeah, and
You know?
I can vouch for that. I mean, I used to think the same thing. Your retirement's a million miles away. I don't have to worry about that. Guess what? Now I'm 65. I
Yeah.
wish I could turn back the time, but you can't do that, unfortunately. Once it's gone, it's gone. So whether it doesn't matter what age you are, you can always take a look at something, but do your due diligence and take a deep dive into it. Don't just ask one or two questions and assume that, oh, this isn't for me. Take a good look at it. That's one of the reasons that we started looking at other options.
Mm-hmm. Like maybe over 3 years ago. I don't know if it's more than that. 3 years ago, maybe more than that. When we were talking about retirement, I realized that I'm not gonna be able to retire and have a full pension at the age of 60, 65, or even 70 years old, because they have to look at the number of years. It's really different, it's not
It's not like automatic that you hit a certain age, 60 or 65 or 67, and then all of a sudden, okay, you get a full pension.
yeah,
With
it's
a lot of jobs, such as what you're doing, you've got to have either so many years doing the job,
mm-hmm.
or what's the other one? So many years doing it, or
Yeah, or the age, of
oh yeah,
course. Yeah.
the age. Um,
But do you really
so,
want to work until you're 67 years old?
yeah.
Yeah, some people, I really admire those people who are able to stick it around until the retirement age and really wait to that age, and then retire. But
But
I don't know, I'm so tired every time I come home. Like today, for example, I just took a nap, and then I'm really tired. So I was like, oh my god, like something like that. So what if we don't have backup plans?
then you work
Then I'm
until you,
gonna be working.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be working forever, and then I cannot, like, um how do you call it, I'm gonna be working until I'm 67, I'm 70. I don't know if I have the energy to do that,
And then
you know?
plus when you're doing that as well, it can make you grumpy
Yeah, like me
once in a
too.
while,
Yeah.
because you come home and you're tired and you want to take a nap, and then it's like, yeah, and then you've got to do it all again tomorrow. So are you really doing your family and your stuff and your family and your kids and stuff a favor because you're doing all this work and you're picking up extra shifts? Is it just going to cause problems, or do you take a look at something else, a second stream in another direction? And maybe it's something you've never done before. That's okay. We never did this before neither.
Yeah.
But
And
sometimes it's good to get into that, out of your shell, out of your comfort zone, because it brings you back to life.
yeah, and also, aside from being grumpy, you tend to count the days. Oh, tomorrow is Friday. When is it gonna be weekend? So raise your hand if you are one of those people who count, how do you call it?
Yeah, counting the days down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you strive for Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
hump day, and then you think, oh, awesome, it's Wednesday, and then tomorrow's Thursday, and then guess what? After Thursday is Friday, and then we're off for the weekend.
And then when you are when it's weekend, is it really a relaxed time for you? Some people not, because maybe for one day, maybe Saturday, you get to relax a little bit, but Sunday comes, and then of course, if you have a full-time job, especially teachers, or especially, I think, in all the jobs, especially if you carry some work home, like you, for example, when you used to work in the corporate office, when it's about to be Monday, Sunday, I need to turn in my reports,
You got to turn in your reports, or maybe you've got to
your
print off some
schedule.
reports for the next week, and
Yeah.
maybe you travel on the road, which was what I was doing. So you've got to prepare for Monday.
Mhm.
Maybe you have an early morning flight at, I don't know, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So you've got to get up at 5 in the morning in order to get ready and get to the airport. So is Sunday really part of the work week? And in today's job now, not just teachers or not just corporate people, but teachers as well, that are the kind of they expect you to be accessible all the time.
Yeah, what do I do on Sunday as a teacher?
Yeah, you start feeling ill because you know what's coming. Oh, I don't feel well. I got a headache. I got a tummy ache. My back's aching.
Or you have to work on Sunday because your lesson plan, your material, you're thinking about the materials, you're thinking about the IEP, you're thinking about how to group your students so that they be successful in the classroom and understand your lesson. So many things. So Sunday is a worry time for those of us who are working full time. Is it not?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So
we weren't looking for something magical by any means. We weren't expecting overnight success because this isn't a get rich quick scheme. We wanted something that we could build alongside what we're already doing, and something that might create more options for our future.
So why online business caught my attention?
Yeah.
I would say my attention because Mr. Right here, he was a little bit skeptical, just a little bit skeptical, and that is very normal. I'm not saying that being skeptical is bad, because by any means it really is. If you come to think of it, like on a positive side of it, being skeptical is smart. Why? Because you have been working for years and years. Just like Mike, he worked also so many years in the corporate
world.
Corporate world, and of course he want to protect his hard-earned money. Who doesn't want to do that? So being skeptical have positive what, hon?
Positive reinforcements, if you want, because that makes you want to dive into things instead of just jumping in. So obviously I had a lot of questions. I wanted to find out as much as I possibly could, but Madam right here had already jumped in and was already ready to go, and which is great.
Yeah, so I think for both of us and some many other couples out there, there are some wife who hid the online business to their spouse because they know that their spouse will be mad. In my case, I did not hide it from Mike, but I did not really encourage him to look into the business when he said, "Oh, I don't know about that. Are you sure about that?" So when I heard him being skeptical, I did not really push him to be involved in the business, because if I don't want something, I don't want to have anything to do with it. So that's why I did not really force him to be involved. I was praying about it, and it became my answered prayer. Thank you, Jesus, because he woke Mike, and he was like, "Get in the business."
That's right. So here we are today. So yeah, there's plenty of people out there that's going to rain on your parade and say it's no good and you don't want to do that. It's never going to work. Or you've tried stuff like that before. It's not going to happen. Don't bother. You've just got to kind of put the blinkers on and just drive forward, because you know what you want to do and what you want to achieve. So you try it and you give it your best shot. Because if you don't and you just stay where you are right now, 100% guarantee nothing's going to change, because if nothing changes, nothing changes.
Amen. So when we discovered this online business, we didn't suddenly know everything, especially me.
Oh yeah, these mice or whatever you want to call it, computer mouse. We've got a surgery box here with about 18 of them in the box that she smashed. Smashing them on the counter because she was frustrated.
Yeah, because I wasn't tech savvy, but don't let it scare you. Why? Because you don't have to be tech savvy in this online business. I just need to work on my patience. That's what it is. So there is a step by step training, there is mentorship, there is coaching, and there is what else?
Yeah, everything now is obviously set up, and it was before, but of course there was different ways, and everyone's different, the way they approach things. Some people want to go follow the step-by-step training.
I don't.
She just wants to go on and just wing it by herself. That's why she was getting frustrated. So obviously through our team now, we encourage people. We're here for you to reach out to if you have any problems. We want to help you and guide you through. We have a lot of contact with helping you build your business, so you're not left alone.
Yeah, there was a learning curve, definitely for me, because like Mike was saying, that I did not follow the step by step training. I was winging it. That's why I was really frustrated. And we always advise people who gets on or who get on board in this online business to just follow the step-by-step training, reach out to your mentors, and don't wing it, don't do it like me, otherwise you're gonna smash 18.
Mouses, nice. And that's why we say we're here to help you as well. And as I say, don't definitely do not think, oh, I can just wing this through it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. Follow the system and it'll work out for you. So yeah, definitely there was a learning curve, and there were frustrations. Obviously, there were times when we questioned ourselves.
Yeah.
But one thing stood out to us both, and that's flexibility.
Yes.
The possibility of building something without another storefront, and without buying another coffee shop, and dealing with more inventory, and having to physically be at the location in order for something to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The online business still requires work and time. You have to learn, and you have to be consistent. You have to grow, and you have to be patient. Patient, yeah. But we started asking ourselves, could the work we're doing today eventually give us more choices tomorrow? And for that, it was worth exploring, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Because maybe if not for this online business, and maybe because see, that's the thing. I remember when Mike was very skeptical about the online business, and me being so like, my orientation is just to keep working until I'm in the retirement age. I don't want to quit my job. And now it's funny that Mike is the one who is now encouraging me to, to we can do this, like I don't have to work until I'm 65 or I'm 70, because we have a backup plan. The online business, this is really worth exploring to those of you who are listening right now. And of course, if you're already working 40, 50, or 60 hours a week, the answer can't always be, I'll just work another 20. At some point, we have to think differently. The goal isn't to stay exhausted forever, because be honest to yourself. Working 40 hours a week is definitely exhausting, and you don't want to be exhausted forever.
No, yeah. And then, like you say, you do 40 hours maybe at your regular job. Maybe you do a bit of maybe you do some driving for Uber or delivering packages or whatever it is you're doing. You're doing another 20 hours over the week doing that. That's 60 hours a week. Where have you got time to spend with your family? All you're doing is working. And yes, you put in a few extra dollars in the bank or on the table or whatever you want to do, but you don't have time to enjoy all the fruits of your labor.
Yes, absolutely. So the goal here is to build smarter, learn new skills, use technology. Technology is number one thing right now. Build systems and create something that has the potential to give you more flexibility over time, because there's a big difference between making more money and creating more freedom.
Yeah, and the way, technology, like Emily just said, it's everywhere now.
Mm-hmm.
Technology is here to stay, whether you like it or not. And the more things are happening and changing and tweaking, I think with AI, the way it's come along, it's going to take a lot of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you look at it, it's going to take jobs. So have you got a backup system ready to go? If you've not, then perhaps you need to reach out to us and we'll, show you what we're doing and see if it's a fit for what you're doing.
Yeah, so imagine your ideal week. I mean, I'm not asking you to imagine becoming a millionaire tomorrow. Just imagine a better version of your current life. You still have responsibilities, you still work, but now you have 10 extra hours. Maybe Monday you have dinner with your family.
Mhm.
Friday you go out with your spouse. Are you
Yeah.
gonna take me tomorrow and out? Tomorrow is Friday.
Sure. Yeah, I'll pick you up from work.
Saturday, you wake up without rushing. That's one thing that I really enjoy now, Han, is like
Yeah, on a Saturday we find a coffee shop. We go out and we have a coffee and something, and then we look for a nice park near that
Mhm.
coffee shop and go walk or exploring. And we found some really cool places. So it's
that's
nice
a
and
day
relaxing.
trip,
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of a little day trip. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't take the whole day up, and it doesn't cost a lot of money to go and grab a cup of coffee or something. But it's time when you can just unwind and forget about the week.
Yeah, but we never really do that in the past, right?
Mm.
So sometimes when we do that, I really ask Mike, how come we did not do this long
And
time ago? There's so many nice places, you know.
because we were busy working, we had the coffee shop. We couldn't go anywhere on a Saturday and Sunday. We were busy running around getting ready for Monday.
Yes.
So Sunday, obviously Sunday you can spend time with the people that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
Nothing extravagant, but you're present, you're there, you're not off doing something else, you're enjoying your life. Would that make a difference? For many of us, I know for sure, I think it would.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. I enjoy it. Do you?
Absolutely, yeah.
So your future self, what do you imagine about your future self? Imagine it. Just imagine it. Close your eyes for a few minutes and imagine yourself 5 years from today. There are two versions of you, just two. Think about that. One kept doing exactly the same thing and kept saying someday. The other day decided to, the other, how do you say it?
Yeah, the other version, the two versions, remember? So the first one is staying doing what you're doing. The second version is learning something new.
Uh-huh.
And they started small. They becoming comfortable at first, They don't have all the answers, but they kept going.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, which version would you rather be?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, before we started this online business, I never really think that we had that time. We travel before, like we go like on a cruise for a week or something like that. But still, when we go on a cruise, we still think about our like our business or our work, something
Yeah,
like that.
you're worried about if everything's going right at the shop.
Mhm.
Is there any problems? And then, of course, as soon as you get internet connection, maybe hey, how's things going at the shop?
Yes, but now we really have time to really enjoy and savor the coffee. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Savor the coffee and whatever we are having during the time that we go go to the park. You don't have to spend a lot of money doing that, because I'm sure there's so many places around you that you can visit that you never visited before because you are too busy.
Yeah, imagine just going out to a nice park. We always look for some waterfalls or a river or something, or a lake that you can walk around, snap some pictures, maybe have your dog with you. You're walking around, you've not got any work on your mind. You're walking around, you're enjoying it. You're snapping picture of you and your partner and maybe the dog or the kids.
Yes. So imagine that.
That sounds
yes, because creating more time doesn't always start with having more time. Sometimes it starts with using a little of the time you have now to build something that could give you more choices. So I want, or we want to leave you with a question we started with. What would you do with an extra 10 hours every week?
Yeah, really think about it. Would you spend it with your family, travel maybe, work on your health, build something of your own, spend more time with your spouse or your partner, or simply slow down and enjoy your life, or do that walk around the park like I was just talking about. Your answer might tell you something important about what you're actually missing right now. Maybe the goal is simply to make more money. Maybe the bigger goal is to create a life where you have more choices with your time.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons Mike and I continue building. We're willing to put in the work today because we want tomorrow to look different. So I'll ask you one last time. If you had an extra 10 hours every single week, what would you do with them? Put your answer in the comment section. And if you've been wondering what Mike and I are building and why we're so passionate about creating more choices, reach out to us. Sometimes a different future starts with a simple question.
That's right. Yeah. What if there was another way?
Yes.
So, and also just wanted to say this as well, it's the only time you can, if you do look at something and you say, that's not going to work out, or what if I fail? Well, the only time if you fail or you quit is if you quit. That's a guarantee it's not going to work. But if you just keep going and keep going, we're all on the same path to look for those choices. Some of us take different paths. Some of us walk. Some of us go on a bike. Some of us go on the train. Some go on a plane. Some go on a boat. But we're all heading for that same future. It just takes some people a little longer than others. So
yeah, and I also would like to reiterate what Mike has said earlier. I think he mentioned that when you sign up for this online business, of course you have questions, and when you saw a post or a go live like this about online business, don't just ask one question, because one question is not you're not gonna have a full understanding of this online business. And when we give you the answer and it's short and sweet, because we are encouraging you to join our Q&A so you can ask as many questions as you want. That's what we want, is for you to ask a lot of questions. We don't want you to ask one question and decide that this business is not for you.
Plus, also on that Q&A that she's talking about, you don't just have to listen to what we're saying. There'll be a bunch of other business owners on there too. And from all across the world, from England, from Australia, I think, and Spain and Italy, there's people there. So you can come on there and listen to what they've got to say and ask them questions too. So you don't just have to listen to what we're saying.
Yes, because like I said, one question is not gonna be enough. So we encourage you to ask more and more questions and to dig deeper into it. Mike always say that it doesn't cost you a dime to ask questions.
Yeah, and it's like if you apply for a job, you're just going to ask them one question and that's it. You're either going to accept the job or decline the job. No, I think you're going to want to know what it entails. You're going to want to know what their expectations are, what the training is, what the support is. You're going to ask a bunch of questions before you make that educated decision whether that job is a good fit for you or not. It's the same with the online business. Ask questions. Don't just say, oh, what type of business is it? And then, oh, that's not for me.
Yes, absolutely.
Just because you could be missing out on a big opportunity.
All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for what?
For joining us.
For joining us
Yes.
this evening. And we always say, please don't forget to pray, because prayers
move mountains.
Thanks, everyone, and God bless.
Bye-bye.